Alright guys, hello and welcome back to Photonmelodies. We are starting brand new story, the final of the trilogy of the side stories from Photonmelodies. Now both of these stories were extremely good in my opinion, so the bar is set pretty high. And yeah, this is gonna be something different though. Altered Fable, Muv Luv, a shimmering shard of space-time. It's the squad plus Yuhei, I think her name is, and Tasumi. The long-awaited follow-up to the original Muv Luv saga is finally here, picking up directly where Muv Luv Alternative left off. Tataru returns to the wacky rom-com world of Muv Luv Extra, only this time things are more than a little bit different. The multiverse may have been mended, but now this love nucleus has even more girls to choose from. Let the harem hijinks begin. I mean, there's only one. One for me, and Tama's based, but that's all. Serving as a homecoming for the Extra. For the series in more ways than one, this reimagined version of Extra, often called Final Extra, is the perfect bookend to Tataru's story. If you consider the trilogy as a multi-course meal, then this is the dessert. A sweet and scrumptious reward for powering through the daunting entree that is Muv Luv Alternative. You've swallowed every tough pill, every morsel of pain and despair that game could throw at you. Now it's time for some well-deserved rest. Reconnect with all your favorite characters one last time in this massive celebratory send-off to one of the game's greatest tasks, or one of the greatest tasks in gaming history. The self-glaze. The cast is very strong. Need more convincing, flip over to the next page. I mean, I don't, but we'll read it anyways. When we last left Tataru, he'd just been introduced to his new classmates, the multi-millionaire Maya and her courtly sister Yuhei, I did remember her name, and the timid transfer student from overseas, Tasumi. The story picks up with a class took off to term. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not even gonna read that. No spoilers. There's routes? We got whole routes in this game? Okay, I guess this is gonna be a long project. We can think about how we want to route. It'll probably be like boom, boom. Sumito first because she's Sumita, Maya first because she's Maya, or Maya second because she's Maya. Then we just freestyle it. Maybe Tama third or save Tama for last. Okay, let me actually finish this. I don't think you need to read this. 2 mini games. Oh, I know they've been removed. Aw. Unlockable wallpapers. Like, for my desktop? It's funny. Yeah, we're not done to collect wallpapers, but I will do every route, obviously. Alright, let's start. The final extra. That's a good way of calling it, because this is a long ass title. Not done remember that. When's the last time on-screen text actually matters? I always just know English, but October 2001, Los Alamos National Laboratory, United States of America.
出力を75%まで上げたまえ。
了解。出力75%。
どうだ。
今のところ問題ありません。安定しています。
よし、いいぞ。カウントダウン続行だ。
This is not the start I thought we were gonna get after reading that little blurb, but
出力80%へ。
so some serious stuff is happening.
了解。出力80%。
博士、いよいよだな。
はい、長官。この未臨界実験が成功すれば、我が国の核戦略が大きな転換期を迎えることになる。なんだ、何事だ。
I thought this guy would just spurn up, but no, he's just holding the rail and looking down. I thought he was like facing us. in this masterful position.
わかりません。
博士、センサーに反応。高出力のニュートリノです。
Imagine we're like foiling America's nuclear tests by coming back to our reality. This is all Tataru doing accidentally.
何？どういうことだ？未観測の太陽フレアか。
わかりません。少なくともこれはこの研究所以外の場所から放射されたものです。
博士、これは一体どういう？
私にもわかりません。
Don't like to hear that.
大変です。プルトニウムが臨界に。
バカな。そういった兵、核兵器閉鎖だ。
臨界だと？一体どうなっている？こんなところで核爆発が起きたら。
Well, I don't know how test sites go, but you'd think that if you're working on something nuclear, you would want it to be strong enough to contain a nuclear explosion. Now maybe that's asking too much. I'm not really a scientist.
プルトニウムが臨界に達しました。
神よ。どうした？
God was like, that.
反応が消
Oh,
滅しま
stop
し
the
た。
nuke, America.
何？
一体何が起きたというんだ。
Oh, first wallpaper collected. Oh my god, Sumika's blessing our ears. Okay, the volume was a little trained. I thought it sounded a little loud. I'm guessing, are they for the game? I'm guessing they're for the game, not my desktop. So that would be kind of cool.
たけるちゃんたけるちゃん
Mm.
たけるちゃん
Mm.
うししじゃあ今日も元気に起こしに行くよ
Mm. Mm. Hello, Maya. Classic.
やっと来たか。
But if this is
Takeru.
post, maybe it was. I thought it post alternative. You return like after the hot spring, but maybe not. Maybe it reset like to the first day of extra, just with the addition of Kasumi and Yuhei. Huh?
私の方にもお顔を向けてくださいまし
Oh, they did show this. Oh yeah, they did show this. This was the first thing you see when you return to the verse. You got Maya and Yuhei on your bed, and then they go to class and end it. Okay, I remember. What?
どうかなさいまして
No, I just, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
姉上、タケルはまだ寝ぼけておるのではありませんか。
そうかもしれませんねまあたける様寝癖が
We got a pass because we're in bed.
ですがたける様そろそろ起きねば学校に遅刻いたしますよ
I mean, I realize that, but, God, if only this were a dream. Oh, the things I do to you too? Okay, crazy. But, you know, from from all the perviness we saw from the last two arcs, especially, our boy Sovio, Tataru's gonna have to do a lot to, catch up to them in the perv level stealing. Wait. There's no time to be letting my hormones run wild. Okay, so this isn't the exact scene. This is post, So they're in school. They've already been introduced. Oh, so Kasumi chilling with Sumika. You love to see it? The besties. Oh god, she brought Kasumi along too?
たけるちゃんまだだ
Hey there, Sumita. How's it going, Kasumi? It's like extra wide for Kasumi because they like kind of showed that Kasumi retained her memories. She's the only one, so I mean, did she even need to show it? Maybe she didn't, but like, isn't that crazy? Like, you go from one timeline to the other and Tatu's chilling in bed with the Shogunate. And her sister, of course. Carry on! Acid? Oh my god. Wait, we're not buff anymore! Ouch. Oh, new intro, new intro! New intro. I saw Tashawadi there. I don't forget about the goat. Gonna be Destiny unlike the other two. This is gonna be probably all upbeat. Mana. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thanks for the sensors. We're going skiing somehow? Pool and skiing doesn't really combine. Okay, Valkyries are gonna be here. Oh, these designs, dude. Munakata. Whoa, that was from Alternative, I think. It's kind of crazy this is a routed game. Like, imagine Tatu ending up with someone other than Sumita after all of Alternative. Oh wait, was that Watton? Sorry, did I see my goat? Watton? Best American in the series? He made it? Is Irma gonna be here too? Our only Finnish representation? Holy, that's a deep cut. I didn't think they were gonna bring back Watton. That might not have been him. I'm pretty sure it was though. Oh my god, we're gonna see Halloween in this art too? My favorite holiday? Yeah, I guess it's not even a holiday, but that's kind of hype. I'm already pumped. Ow, ow, ow. Damn it, Sumita. I think you sprained my net. Brother, you're getting a sprayed net from that is. It's more of a compliment on your part. I feel like you should be scolding the women that keep sneaking into our bed. Hey, don't get mad at me. I'm the victim here. I even made a point of telling them in no uncertain terms that sleeping on my bed is strictly prohibited. But apparently they don't care what I have to say. Did Mayo bring the certificate then? I like this vast wasteland, so I'm guessing the Mitsurugi sisters are also doing the renovations in the neighborhood area. I know they're both sorely lacking in common sense, but I figured they'd at least be able to follow directions. They've only been here for a week and already they've turned my entire life upside down. And there's no going back now either. So long, blissful days of youth. Oh, shut up. October 22nd, 1 week ago today. That was the fateful day when Maya and Yuhei transferred into our class. For some reason, they both immediately latched to me, leading everyone to believe there was some crazy love triangle going on. Then only a few minutes later, we got a third transfer student, Kasumi. Big Bunny. One look at Sumita's face and she burst into tears, which sent the entire class into an uproar. Oh, and get this, everyone started acting like it was my fault somehow. Can you believe that shit? Then things just spiraled completely out of control. It was a bad time. I don't really want to talk about it. When I finally got home, battered and bruised, guess who was already there waiting for me? The crazy twins, just chilling in my living room like they owned the place. Oh, they did bring the permit. Classic. And both of them got their name on it. And when I threatened a restraining order, they put out the illicit relations permit thing, which apparently gives them free rein to do with me as they please. They'd even gotten it signed by my dad and the Prime Minister of Japan. Oh, and I also found out that they were the ones behind my parents' said invitation. It was all a ploy to get them out of the house. Wait. But wouldn't that mean the gears for this were already set in motion prior to their arrival? And October 22nd wasn't actually the day my life's timeline diverged, so to speak? Little do you know, Tatru. Your timeline has been going kind of crazy for a while. It is interesting. How are they gonna put Yuhei in like this backstory? Because we know Mei's backstory and why she grew attached to Tatru from their one thing. But like, would that even happen if Yuhei was alive? Like, she wouldn't be as pressured by the family? Because that was her like being trained for the air. But she has like more freedom now, I think. And like how, and I mean, unless Yuhei was there too. And they just like fit her in somehow. That's funny. Did I just discover a plot hole? It's not really a plot hole. Nah, it can't be a plot hole if you address it. Alright, listen up. When I said I didn't want you sleeping in my bed anymore, I meant it. So are you just defying me? Or did you just forget? Didn't you already bulldoze the whole damn neighborhood to build a fancy-ass mansion? Why can't you just sleep in that? Okay, yeah, so they are doing the renovation stuff. That is crazy. Peak rich person behavior. Like, what are you guys trying to give me? Like, are you guys trying to give me a heart attack or something? Because that's sure as hell what it feels like.
そういうわけではございませんが、いずれタケル様には慣れていただかなければ。
Oh yeah? And why is that?
嫌ですわ、タケル様。妻たる私めがタケル様と心情を共にするのは当然のことでございましょう。
Even even Kasumi shot. I wonder... Do you think Kasumi still has her mind reading powers in this verse? I'm sure that will be confirmed some way or another through this story, but I'm kind of inclined to believe she wouldn't. Because they kind of just popped her into existence. I mean, if she's just... I mean, she could retain it, maybe. But I assume, like, the timeline would, like, correct her existence, where she's just, a normal Russian girl. Well, Kasumi keeps her name Kasumi, because that wasn't even her real name, right? Why are you mad at me, man? I don't know what's happening. Don't ask me. Hell no, dude. Don't even get me started about Saturday, alright? You know what happened, and I'm still pissed off about it. I forgot if they showed that, and maybe they showed that, but they definitely didn't show the actual cook-off at the end of Alternative. Thanks a lot, Yuto-sensei. You and your dumb ideas. Also, now I realize how the intro's gonna work, because yeah, obviously we're in October, and you do go through the winter season in Extra, so that's why we're snowboarding. And I guess for all the tropical stuff, we go to a... Well, fuck, it kind of spoiled it a little in the blurb at the beginning, but we go to a tropical island, where apparently all the Valkyries are. Plus Suzumiya, because she's not a Valkyrie, she's actually just a student in our class in this verse. Of all the stupid things to compete for. Yay. I mean, the cooking competition was fun. Yo, Tasha Wadley is joining. She wasn't here before. Yo, let me sit next to my goalie goat. And the three idiots. We haven't seen them at all for a while. Same with Tasha Wadley. I mean, I guess we haven't seen any of the main cast except for the Valkyries in this trilogy. But even in Photonflowers, at least the three idiots, I think. And we might have saw Tasha Wadley. I think maybe from a Sumita story, if I remember right. But those were like the first stories we completed in that game, so it has been a while. And Tsukiyomi, of course. Gotta keep them in rain, or the three idiots power level would be too strong for anyone. Oh my god. Kitchen Exodus presents Chew or Spew. What the hell? Made a whole ass set. I wonder how Kasumi and Yuko Sensei's relationship is. So that's obviously who Kasumi's most connected to, besides Sumika, I guess. From Alternative. Here's a thought, maybe you shouldn't build rooms you're not even gonna use. Actually, wait a second, I feel like I recognize this set from somewhere. Wonder if that's a real reference. That is the definition. Of course, Tama knows. She knows everything. I'm sure a lot of it's theatrics. I've only ever seen a judge stay on stage one time, and that was because he got food poisoning and passed out. Sounds kind of like a gimmick. Well, when you say something's terrible, you're basically saying it's so disgusting it makes you want to puke. You don't need to worry about that. No one uses terrible. They're playing it up. Oh please, if you'd eat a bowl of raw eel chopped up in a bed of rice. I mean, I would if it's safe. What do you mean? Eel sashimi? That sounds good. Wait, the snake. I think it was Chizuru? From the alternative verse? Dude, seek help, you have a problem. Tama's freaking out, what's happening? She's nervous? Someone pet her. So tell me, Sensei, if we're playing by Kitchen Exodus rules, does that mean everyone here's a contestant? Including us? But then who's gonna be the judge? No, we're the judge. We should be the judge. Gulp, my worst nightmares come true. I mean, in the OG cooking competition, some of it was stuffed, but I don't think anything tasted bad. Not very convincing coming from you. Sumita's a good cook, we know that.
のがね、そういう詮索はしらけるからやめなさい。潔く諦めるのが審査員の最初の仕事よ。どうせ。それじゃ今日のテーマを発表するわ。
Dun, dun, dun. Challenge was to make a stir-fry bowl. I mean, that's super easy. Even I can do that. And my cooking skills are, not great. Pretty tame by Yuko-sensei's standards. Though maybe she was just trying to avoid a lawsuit in the event that I should die of food poisoning. Or maybe she's secretly hoping to sit with me on the judges panel to hog the limelight, and wanted to minimize the risk of ingesting something lethal. Pfft, yeah, right. She may be an attention whore. Okay, kinda crazy. Put some respect on best teacher. But she doesn't have a death wish. Though to be fair, the pantries and refrigerators were all stocked full of only the finest gourmet ingredients, courtesy of the Mitsurugi Financial Group. The kind of stuff that any lame brain could chop, sizzle and season to end up with something at least halfway edible, one would think.
それじゃあ始めて。制限時間は1時間よ。
An hour for stir fry. That's so doable. I certainly wasn't expecting things to go that horribly wrong, at least. Clutch up. New wallpaper. Oh my god. Tell me, Sumita, do you really think I'm so cold and unfeeling that I try to get my rocks off after a disaster like that? Wait, I want to see it. Oh, we're not actually gonna see it? I want to see the Tama special. I had no hope for Maya and Yuhei. I'm just guessing Yuhei is just kind of like Maya. So, in the cooking competition, they didn't even cook, right? If anything, I should be the one interrogating you guys. I mean, sure, class rep started it, but you don't even try to pretend like you weren't egging her on. Yeah, whatever. It all started about 5 minutes after the cook-off began, when class rep started complaining to Yuko-sensei. She accused Maya and Yuhei of giving themselves an unfair advantage. And she was right, for the record. They each brought in a full team of professional chefs to do all their cooking for them. You know what? Valid complaint. That's kind of what I thought might happen. Or I thought it would be part of the disaster because they can't cook. So theirs would be just horrible. I'm talking legit 5-star chefs. These guys were making everyone else look like total amateurs without even breaking a sweat. And they didn't make any mistakes or cut any corners either. You could tell that it was all just muscle memory to them at this point. Everyone was just watching in awe, mouths agape. Also, I mean, sorry, we gotta respect it here. Kasumi drip? What is this drip, dude? Black Santa Claus. It actually looks really sick. Everyone has their normal, casual drip, but that's a new one from Kasumi. One guy would bark something at another in some foreign language, and then bam, 5 seconds later he'd have all the vegetables diced to perfection. Now that's the sort of thing I expect to see on a real cooking show. I don't even blame class rep for kicking up a stink. If I had to go up against that kind of competition, I'd try to get them disqualified too. That battle wasn't just over before it began, it was over before any of us were even born. At first, Yuko-sensei just laughed it off and told class rep to bring in her own chef brigade if she was gonna be that salty about it. Said that it was totally fair game for contestants to use every asset they had available to them, and that class rep should consider it a testament to her own culinary ability that they felt the need to rely on such a handicap. I mean, sure, you can feel superior, but it's not gonna matter much if you just lose. But then she got a devious little twinkle in her eye and told the Mitsurugi sisters backstage. I don't know what she told them back there, but when they came back on set, they both looked visibly perturbed. They each sent their chefs away and announced that they'd be doing all their cooking from then on. And not even 5 minutes later. Oh no. Oh boy. Real talk, I find it genuinely impressive that they were able to blow up an entire mansion with just a basic stovetop. Thanks for sending everyone to the emergency room, guys. For reals? That's crazy. At least they were all privately owned Mitsurugi EMTs, so it didn't cost us a dime. Oh my god. Okay, that's... I thought the food was just gonna taste bad. Should actually had physical consequences. And thus the class cook-off ended in a stalemate. But whatever, I consider myself lucky just to have made it out alive, although I did end up with a frizzy, mad scientist afro. Enough about that, though. Sumika brings up a good point. The fact that Maya and Yuhei are back to their old tricks again makes me wonder if something might have happened this weekend to trigger that. Hey, when Yuko-sensei told you guys backstage, she didn't put any weird ideas into your head back there, did she? How should I know? That's why I'm asking you.
そのようなことを吹き込まれた覚えはございませんが、ご忠告はいただきましたわ。
それが我らが今朝そなたの寝所にいたことと関係があるかどうかと問われれば、その通りということになろう。
Thanks, Yuko. What exactly did she tell you?
光月教諭が申されたのは主に2つでありましたな、姉上。
ええ、まず一つ目は、世の殿方は一般的に料理のできる女性に魅力を感じるということでした。
I mean, that's kind of true. I feel like either gender, you kind of want your partner to be able to at least cook sometimes, or like cook something. That's kind of just a broad trait of attractiveness, I think. Oh yeah, well, I certainly can't deny that. I don't think there's a man alive who doesn't get an intense satisfaction from being treated to his girlfriend's home cooking. Wonder if that was also a factor in Sensei's decision to hold a class cook-off.
私たちもそう思ったのだ。光月教諭が何故料理対決をするなどと申したのか。それで合点がいった。
Wait, then why did you even want to participate in the first place? Just for shits and giggles? I mean, winner got a seat next to you. Big advantage in the love race.
もう一つは、男女の仲は家臣によって足元を救われるということでございましたわ。ねえ、メイヤ。
I mean, that's also good advice, though. The difference here is they're not even in a relationship yet, so kind of jumping on the gun. But yeah, you shouldn't take it for granted. I think that's good advice.
その通りです、姉上。
Complacency?
いかに私とタケル様との将来が天命とはいえ、悠長に構えていては何が起きても不思議はない。そういうことです。
Destined, huh? Right.
姉上とタケルの将来については異論もあるが、慢心が絶対運命に影を落とすというご指摘は至極もっともであり、真摯に受け止めねばならん。
Gotcha. So that's why you guys decided to compete without a 5-star handicap.
はい。
Is that also the reason you decided to completely defy my orders?
そなたの言葉は極力尊重する。だが、私自身の問題であるがゆえ、自らの意志と行動によって運命を切り開きたいのだ。
Damn it, Sensei, stop putting weird ideas in their impressionable heads. So let me get this straight. You decided to cook for yourselves because you wanted to secure our destiny together? and then proceeded to blow the entire estate to Kingdom Come.
面目次第もございません。
It's kind of an understatement. Yeah, no shit. The only destiny you guys have done to secure for me is an early grave. Alright, whatever. Just try not to let it happen again. Now come on, we're gonna be late. What now, Sumika?
それだけ？
I mean, what do you expect me to do? They're clearly too deep in this little fantasy of theirs for anything I say to sink in.
ダメだよ、タケルちゃん。
You gotta fight for your love, Sumika. Though I have good news for you. You're definitely gonna be the first route. I feel like Sumika just deserves that level of respect. And that's why Osome is second. They grinded hard for the relationship to happen. Kinda. Well, definitely, yeah. It's a lost cause, dude. Just give it up. Anything I say, they'll immediately misconstrue. They'll twist my words into something positive or find a loophole that allows them to do something even more disruptive.
くじけちゃダメだよ。
If you wanna open that can of worms, be my guest. Just don't make it my problem.
頑張るのはタケルちゃんだってば。心臓麻痺して死んじゃうぞ。
Would be a funny death. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm sure the Mitsurugi medical team will be able to resuscitate me.
無論だ。
There you go. Oh, don't look so smart. I was being sarcastic. You know, Tsukiyomi can probably do it herself.
ずるいよ。ずるいずるい。こうなったら私も一緒に寝
Oh
る。
god, the bed is not big enough. What are you, a 3-year-old? Absolutely not.
だって。
Why are you getting so riled up about this?
だってそんなの超ダメに決まってるじゃない。もう死ぬほどダメすぎ。
Man, she's really not gonna let this go, huh? You know, I'm starting to think you're the one with the problem here.
何が？
Well, just think about it. I mean, I can see why you'd be a little taken aback to open the door and find Maya in bed with me.
すごくするよ。
But that alone shouldn't give you the cause to reprimand me, let alone punch me to the stratosphere. See what I'm saying? Okay, that might have been a little overreaction. Like a normal Milky Drill Punch, that's fine. The Giga Super Milky Drill Punch that sends them into space, a little too strong for the situation. Save that for if the beta invade. Just Milky Drill Punch all of them back up to space. What is this? Angel. Seriously, Sumika, what are you so pissed off about?
そ
Oh no, clueless Takaru.
加賀美さん。だって幼馴染だし。やっぱりおじさんとおばさんの留守中のことは隣の私が面倒見るべきだと思うし。
心配せずとも、それはつくよみたちがいれば十分であろう。
でも。
Sorry, I really don't see where you're coming from here. I am oblivious to any signs of affection from you for whatever reason. Or just in general. Besides obviously the Mitsurugi sisters who lay it on hard. That you can't really misread that at all.
私先に行くね。
Poor Sumika.
あ、鏡。
行ってしまわれましたね。
Sheesh, what's gotten into her? Kasumi is not taught yet, by the way. Well, Kasumi looks like your roommate up and ditched it. Oh, they're living together? I forgot if they mentioned that. That's cool. I mean, Sumito's parents are gone too at this point, right?
はい。
Aw. You sure you're gonna be alright rooming with her? It's not too late to move out, you know?
大丈夫です。スミカさんといると
Yeah, they're
と
besties.
ても楽しいです。
Not gonna separate Kasumi from Sumika. Even their name. The name bait. Someone freaking baited me by saying, oh, look how Kasumi and Sumita are spelled. Okay, I know what you did. Putting that in my mind. Yeah, never a dull moment in that household, I imagine. Probably the only benefit of living with her, but fair enough. Sorry, I'm just worried about you, is all. You skipped grades and you've got great college prospects ahead of you. I just hate to see it all go to waste because of one bad influence. Stupidity is contagious, you know?
そうなんですか?
Not really, but it can be, kinda. Especially at a young, tender age, the people you spend time with do shape your personality, even when you're older too, so it's not wrong per se, but yeah, you ever heard of that old saying, you can't fit stupid? Where do you think that came from? Stupidity is a disease for which we have no cure. Kasumi, be very afraid.
タケル、それは用法が違うと思うのだが。
It is. We're just having fun. Oh, but that's where you're wrong. Contrary to popular belief, it's actually the single greatest pandemic in the history of mankind, said to have originated all the way back in.
白金さん。
What's up?
ということは、白金さんは。
Uh-oh. True, we spent our whole life with Sumita. Beg pardon?
白金さんは、スミカさんと幼馴染で、小さい頃からずっと一緒にいました。
True.
ですから、白金さんはかなりの確率で、バ
Getting
カに
clapped
感
on?
染していると思います。
No, it doesn't work that way because,
失礼をば。
we're owned.
タケル、これは一本取られたな。
Ah, shut up.
もう直す方法はないのでしょうか。
Terminally stupid is crazy. Ah, fine. I made it all up, okay? None of that was actually true, so I'm not stupid.
嘘。
We did lie. Well, duh, of course stupidity's not contagious. You really think I'm that dumb?
白金さん、
Oh no.
ついたんですか?
No, don't be mean. I don't know if he ever made a promise not to lie to Kasumi. I feel like it could happen though. Jeez, don't put it like that. You're making me feel like a criminal. I was just pulling your leg to see if you'd fall for it. It was a harmless joke.
嘘。ついたんですね。
Yeah, I technically did. Sorry about that. Oh no, we're getting shunned.
まったく、そうやって鏡をバカにするからこういうことになるのだ。
Damn.
ちなみに私は、ヤシロさんが鏡さんと同居されたことは大きな意味があると思っておりますよ。
私もだ。強引な手段ではあったようだが、それを提案した光月教諭の
Kozuki somehow knows, but not really. That would be crazy. I don't think she does. Right, how could I forget? Apparently the same day I came home to find out that my dad sold off my virginity to the highest bidder, Sumika had a little surprise of her own waiting at her doorstep. Namely, a big pile of luggage alongside a little Russian transfer student. Apparently, Yuko-sensei had told her that she'd be homestaying with the Tagamis, but not to absolutely no one's surprise, neither Sumika nor her parents had heard anything about it. Okay, so Sumika's parents are still here yet. I guess they leave, like, somewhere in the middle of Extra. So naturally, Sumika marched right up to the physics prep room and tried to get to the bottom of it. Unfortunately, though, Yuko-sensei's got persuasion abilities that would make most hypnotists blush. And sure enough, that's how Sumika looked when she walked back out into the hallway like she'd been hypnotized. Come to think of it, she had the exact same devious look in her eyes that Mei and Yuhei had after being called backstage during the cook-off. After that, it was Sumika herself who convinced her parents to let Kasumi stay, and she'd been there ever since. I have no idea what Yuko-sensei could have said in there, but I'm beginning to think she might actually be some sort of witch. Might as well be. I mean, she even convinced Kasumi's original host family to let her stay somewhere else. At least that's what Marimo-chan told me in private. I still have no clue as to why Yuko-sensei would do something like that, but according to Marimo-chan, she did it half for Tasumi's own well-being and half for the inevitable hilarity that would ensue. Though personally, I think it's probably close to 80% hilarity. I swear that woman feeds off our drama like she hasn't eaten in weeks. Though to be fair, one could argue that little hilarity and drama might be good for Tasumi too. I mean, the whole point of her transferring in for just the last semester of the senior year was to get herself acquainted with the area and make some friends, right? Well, she's definitely succeeded at carving out a niche for herself among our little clique. And that's not no small feat because we're anything but normal. Hey, Kasumi.
Hi.
You're enjoying your time here so far?
はい。楽しいです。
Well, good. That's what's most important, but I've got to say, it's kind of hard to tell. I wish you'd smile a little more often.
笑う。
Yeah.
そうだな、ヤシロ。そなたはもう少し感情を表に出した方が良いかもしれぬな。
せっかく愛らしいお顔をなさっているのですからね。
They say the act of smiling itself can even trick your brain into feeling happier, and I'm not making this one up honest.
それは本当にあることわざですよ、ヤシロさん。
Come on, don't you trust me?
自業自得だな。
We've lost her good graces. Wow, Maya, after everything I've done for you, fine, just forget it. This little tangent's gone on long enough. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand.
戻す？どこまでだ？
We were trying to figure out why Sumito threw a hissy fit and ran off, remember? Why don't we reopen that discussion?
戻しても良いが、私には見当がつかぬぞ。
私もです。
These girls have no social experience at all. Tatsumi might know, but so much for that. I mean, she would definitely know if she has her alternative memories, which she does.
あ、
Alright, never mind. Let's just try to catch up with her. Yeah, besides, we're gonna be late if you don't pick up the pace. You're not even listening.
そうだな。
Aww. Aww. Feels bad, man. Listen to the bunny girl. Alright guys, we're gonna end here though. Fun introduction. I'm super excited. The actual continuation of Alternative. It's gonna be a fun time with a lot of hijinks. If it is like a proper game, which since it does have routes, I kinda think it might be. And there probably will be some, it'll probably follow the extra plotline where there will be a little drama in the route, probably, and then fits itself by the end. But yeah, I'm sure overall it's gonna be a really fun time. So thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you next time for Muv Luv Final Extra.